Hello, greetings. Hi Cooper, hi Ida. It's been a while, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit slanted. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? How is the family? How is the soul tribe? I drank a little bit too much coconut water. Great, excellent. Fascicule 17, how is the awakening? How is the ascension symptoms? Any dreams? Any downloads? So we are on Fascicule 17. Just on here. Everybody else is on their own fascicule. All right, so the ascension. Hey, Postal. How is the awakening treating everyone? Are you all starting to sink in yet? Like, you know, like marinate. Like when it starts, it's very like tiring, and then it's like it's a lot of questions that you have, and then later on it starts settling in. You're barely here. I feel you. And then it settles in, and then when you get like another level of the awakening consciousness, yeah, it's exciting. Then you're tired again, then it's like a little bit of confusion that you have to like ask questions and get clarification, and then your body settles in and habituates to it, and then you're good, and then it's like another leap again. Oh my days. So, fun times, fun times. Hi. Yeah. We're gonna start soon. So I don't know this guy's name. I don't know, but he's like a reporter on Fox News. Hi.
Do you smell something?
It looks like somebody's smoking in their house or something.
Maybe somewhere. Okay.
Yeah. No problem.
Sorry for that.
Oh no worries. There's this new news reporter guy on oh hold on, Tucker. I sent it to you, right? I've just been chilling, not trying to do much, feeling a lot of energy, want to bike ride outside. Oh yeah. I'm waiting for summer to be fully activated because, like I said, I'm not a winter person. Oops, sorry. Technical difficulties. I don't know how to work this gimbal for the life of me. Okay, now I'm just like all over the place. Let's see if I do it this way. Okay. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to come. I was like on road. Yeah, I get on 4 seasons too, but it really needs to be hot for me to go outside. I cannot, even the smallest drop, like spring, fall is still winter for me. So, oh, okay. Well, everything is settled on his end, so very soon everything will be much more frequent. Your dad will come this month? This is my son's dad. You've been working too much. Yeah, but you can connect with intent, right? So even when you're working, is 90? Wow. Even when you're working, you know, and the moment you feel fatigue, like you're tired of work, or like, I just want to go home. The moment you think that, any of that, like frustration, then then right there, remind yourself that I use my intention to connect to the solar flares that are coming in, the cosmic rays that are coming in. Then you just do that. Love and light to you too, Christine. Yeah, like the moment you feel like that down energy at the workplace, just use it to connect. Oh, you missed the lives, okay. Flower beds with heavy bricks. Whoa. That's cool. I don't know what that is. Higher side looked like. Oh, really? That's cool. Thank you too, Christine. That's cool. Yeah. I'm still waiting. Trying to connect with Amun. So like I'm like like I do meditation, just like come on, open up my channel. Like this morning I woke up with that radio sound, you know, that radio dial, that like I woke up and my ears was like that. So I know something went on in my sleep. I know something went on in my sleep, but I don't remember the dream. It will be like a dream for me, right? Because I am a scaredy cat to use the DMT, and that is my truth. Yeah. He was thinking very hard. Aww. Oh, yeah, for sure they're too loud. But yeah, I woke up with that sound in my ear and I was just like, what happened? You know, but I'm kind of like, I kind of just want it to be more vivid. Like, I feel like I don't want to go with a DMT. I feel like, you know, come through, like just come get me, you know, let's have a chat, you know, connect, you know, let me see you in my head, like, you know what I mean? So I'm working on like really strengthening my channel, because what I really want to be is like, I want my words to be like directly from them and hold that frequency, because I just really, really want all of us to like wake up, right? Yeah, you too. I just really want all of us. So every time like I'm always like, can my utterance be the utterance of Allah? Like, can you just power me up already? Like connect me and just like, shh, and just let me do my mission fast. You know, went to the restaurant the other day, yesterday actually, and the lady that was serving food, she had chest pain, so she was just like, and she would do this, and like she was just like, and I was like, are you okay? And she just like, she's Asian, and she just like, I was like, okay. But now I have that same pain, and I hate that about me. When I have that same pain, so I have to go do the remedy that I was going to tell her to do if she would have allowed me to tell her. But I'm going to do that. But yeah, my chest is hurt. Was I in your dream? Tell me all about it. Hey, can you come live? Are you able to come live? Missy! Tell me. No? Okay. Hey, Missy. Are you gonna DM me? Well, it better not be gas. Well, okay. I hope it's gas then. But yeah, it's just weird that I saw that yesterday and I have that today, and I'm just like, Yeah, that's why I did that to Missy one time too. Like, my thumb was swollen and I called Missy and I was like, Missy, my thumb is swollen, and then some part of her body got swollen too. But that's how the empaths are, like that's why I prefer, I don't know, I prefer everybody be good. That's why I really want everybody to be good, because then I don't have to feel so much pain. Okay, but you're gonna DM me, right? Shaima? I am so, or what? Or I don't know, Facebook Messenger, we can call. I could give you my telephone number. I don't mind you having my number. All right, so I hope everybody's well. Okay. So we're gonna start with Fascicule 17. All right. We're all good to start? Okay. The Golden Age and the Knowledge Book. So this is 1986, 5th month, Fascicule 17. The Golden Age and the Knowledge Book. Our friends. Where are bones? Are you talking about the picture? Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay, right? But then I don't remember a lot when I come back. Oh, well, this is not a earth body. This is more of a light body. And even the dense matters around it doesn't exist. This would be like on a different dimension, but this is light body. After this dimension, I think maybe even 4D, after that, we turn more into light, and translucent light. So to the point where some people don't even have a body, they don't even have a form. In places where dimensions no longer exist, some people don't even have a form. They just exist. They're just brain energy. To the individual that asked that question. All right, let's go. The Golden Age and the Knowledge Book. Our friends, the messages we give to you are conveyed to you by a system your planet might not have known until today. Today, everyone easily receives the knowledge of the religious dimension of the given messages through the brain telex. Since you do not know the knowledge beyond this, the uncertainties and doubts we receive through your chains of thought are very natural. However, each truth has been born through uncertainties and doubts. So like when you start the book and you have your doubts, even I still have my doubts. I'm still like, just understand they say that each truth has been born through uncertainties and doubts. Okay, so don't feel bad when that happens. This knowledge book is a book revealed after the Quran, which is the final book of Islam. They both are the direct utterance of God and the mirror of truth. This book, in fact, is not the book of the century. It is an introductory book of the 21st century and the views to follow thereafter. Ooh. So we're pretty on track. The Book of Islam is a book that unifies difficult circumstances and that sheds light on the underdeveloped order of that society, and it is a constitution. Religions are each a doctrine. In the periods of dissemination of each religion, the necessity for different kinds of enlightenment was felt. These enlightenments were prepared by the universal plan in accordance with the consciousness level of that society. All the absolute laws were introduced to you by the books revealed from the skies and were conveyed in accordance with the consciousness of that society. As we have mentioned before, there is a certain period of time allotted to each religion. The Book of Islam has shed light on your planet from our level for 15 centuries. And the resurrection mentioned in all the sacred books has been telling you about this period. However, each consciousness evaluates resurrection according to his or her view. No one knows yet what is happening and what will happen. The utterance of God is single. The present order is acting completely by the command of God. The first revealed direct utterances of God are your sacred books. However, they have been changed greatly, passing from hand to hand. With this knowledge book, which we bestow on you today, the impaired ordinance and the rules have been taken in hand anew. Time and events will make you believe in the established order, and you will personally witness everything. In this period, your planet is being washed by cosmic rains each second. Tap in, tap in. Due to this, you will see the purification of the consciousnesses much more clearly in the future. Universal radio signals and waves, television waves, are direct frequencies that connect you to us or our terrestrial brothers and sisters. Did you hear that? Universal radio signals and waves, television waves, and our direct frequencies that connect you to us, our terrestrial brothers and sisters. And Robert always talks about this. Missy also talks about this. Like when Robert talks about when you take the DMT, look at the like get some like light codes on your phone or TV and just look through it, because remember, it's an internet system, right? It's an ethernet. It's actually a mimic of what is naturally given to us, which is the ethernet, right? Which is all of us connecting to the ether, the etheric realm that exists in all, like literally is around us. It's like lighter than air. It connects everything, including air, to all substances. It's what travels everything, right? So the internet, which is natural to us, like telepathically and all our connection, was created after the ethernet. So yeah, you can travel through your phones. Oh wow, that's pretty cool, eh? So it says universal radio signals and waves. Television waves are direct frequencies that connect you to us, our terrestrial brothers and sisters. Can you imagine, like a short time ago, none of this would have made sense? But now, because of the cosmic rays and the engraftment, right? And the gradual awakening and the doses that's been coming through, like we understand this so well. Like this doesn't fright us. But in like, you know, a decade ago, this would have been taboo for like a lot of people. By this means, a great plan has found an application field and everything is being put in order automatically. This is a triumph of technology. Through this order, a beautiful world will be established, and in time, even the negative ones will bear positive fruits. Yay. And the first lights of the golden age are rising on the horizon in this way. With this book, one day religious discriminations will be abolished altogether, and everyone will be unified in the utterance of the single God, in the brotherly sisterly salutation. Our love is upon all the universe, and that was from the center. Hey Vicky. My husband still has a harder time with all of us unifying. You know, and I understand where he's coming from. He's like, but there's so much wickedness. How can you unify with someone that's wicked? I'm like, yeah, they're not there yet. In time, everybody will be there. We just have to, you know, send positive vibrations to them to get there so that we can all, you know, unite together, right? But but it's understandable, right? So, general message, our friends. The single common aspect that is sovereign in the entire universe is that every living being is subject to evolution until it reaches a certain dimension. This evolution will open the gates of advanced evolvement to you. Integrated consciousnesses on your planet are subject to immutable rule of a divine power. These are your illumination through the religious ways. All creation came into existence by the power of the divine waves. These divine waves are the spiral vibrations. The resonance of this natural vibrational source brought into existence the living being by uniting the energy in the atomic structure with different and separate mineral salts present in the constitution of each galaxy. Remember, they also tell us to take a lot of mineral salts, you know, not like pure form iodine, if you can get a liquid form, and like selenium, like other real salts, right? Then the single cell that, because we're made from that, the single cell that came into existence gained a consciousness and an awareness through the same resonance. Later, we will explain the way of coming into existence to you in detail. Each power is born from the essence focal point of energy, grows and is exhausted. The moment an energy is exhausted, it brings another kind of energy into being, and that energy prepares quite different mediums. So once you have literally surpassed, grown to the tip of the roof, then you advance into a different energy. So we know in science that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just exists. It's just transferred into different forms. So is this for our evolution in this body, in this realm, in this medium of evolution. Once we're done this evolution, we don't die, we don't cease to exist, we just transfer into a different higher form. Beyond time, where it is presumed that everything is nullified, great galaxy empires are present. Okay? So where we think there's nothing there, there's great galaxy empires that exist there. And advanced technology is prevalent in galaxies that were created by different powers of different time dimensions. They keep talking about technology, and we have like separated spirituality from technology when it's actually one. They succeeded as a result of a technological effort in taking under supervision the source of the vibration emanating from the single focal point of the sun, in which the 9 tranquil times are unified. In this way, by collecting the 9 powerful energy focal points in the energy of a single sun, and by enabling the reflection of the divine vibrations on the center that are the foundation stones of the atomic whole, that is, the spiral vibration, they prepared the existence tableau of the universes. Then, natural energy was released and brought into existence, the power that constituted the atomic whole. So all energies were like basically gathered and then focused on a focal point, turning into a sun. Like I always say that our sun is not a boiling, melting lava thingy-majiggy. It's a focal point of energy, a code transfer. It's transferring universal codes, right? So this natural energy went through a transformation in its constitution and brought into existence the essential nuclei in the electromagnetic medium of the essence focal point. And these very nuclei form the essence energy focal point of the first atom through the neutron, proton, electron triplets. So this is how the atoms were formed, through the spiral vibration, through the focus of energies, and then concentrated into that focal point. And one day, opening from the inside outwards by natural circulation, right? So like this, right? By natural circulation. Where was I? Wait, where was I? Yeah. This atomic whole brought into being the suns and the fireballs of the universes by great explosion. Then by the same system in its constitution, every energy brought into being the galaxies by small explosions, subject to the law of the 18 system. So this is where we get the Big Bang theory from, right? In time, these galaxies were transformed into matter, and by numerous transformations in the process of time, they brought into being the species of living beings. So it all came from that one atom. Hey, welcome. It all came from that one atom, right? I was watching something the other day. It's a really neat video. I think I shared it. But it was talking about how in the near future, we will be creating everything from renewable energy in our homes. So, you know, every atom, right? Like if you go on the periodic table, and then I think, which one is first? I think it's hydrogen, that's the smallest atom, right? Hydrogen being the smallest atom, I think it has like an atomic mass of like 1 or something like that. Being the smallest atom, when you spin hydrogen in different ways, right? And when you cluster it in different structures, it forms the next thing down. And then when that one is formed in different ways, it forms the next thing down. So every matter on the periodic table is from one atom, structured, spinning, having a different energy, but it's from that one atom. So this is what it's talking about, that from that one atomic whole, all things came into being, right? This is how we should understand that there's no separation, that we're one atomic whole. And now we're reuniting back to the essence, right? The center, the nuclei. And there is also something that, I don't know if Western science have discovered it yet, but hydrogen being the smallest atom in their periodic table, there's something that is even smaller than hydrogen. And it has no number thing. So when we say something, like something, it means the sum of particles that bring something into a perception, right? So it's a sum of things. Then you can see my hand because I'm a sum of trillions of different cells, and then I'm visible to you. But nothing, it's actually no number thing. It cannot equate, it cannot sum up to the number that we know, but it exists. Right? That is like the mesh that all of us are connected to. It may be the ether or something even smaller than the ether, but it's the energy It's pure energy, and it's in everything. It's in everywhere. There's no space between it. We don't see it because, again, it's nothing, right? That's why the book always talks about the nothingness to the allness, right? It's a no number thing. It does not sum up. Okay, going back. So in time, these galaxies were transformed into matter, and by numerous transformations in the process of time, they brought into being the species of living beings. This is the brief chart of all galaxies and all universes. Afterwards, each galaxy tried to provide unification by taking each power under supervision in accordance with the formation within its constitution. Let us describe to you in the following way. Let us talk in your own terms. Numerous unknown empires were established by assembling together the stars scattered in the universe. In natural circulation, always the big energy compensates the gaps in the small energies and prepares them towards the unknown. Now, this system that was established is projected on you, as always, by the mechanism of influences. And these energies transfer you from the medium you're in into more advanced energy dimensions. And at this very stage, the law of graduation became sovereign, and the tableau of evolution came into being. Later, each evolutionary cell was frozen in certain dimensions, Druin leaving the body, and was habituated to the energies of those dimensions. This procedure continued until the single energy focal point, which is the boundary of arrival at tranquil time, which is the entrance to Carina. Beyond this boundary, the evolutionary evolvement of the plan loses its power. This is after the entrance to Carina, evolution is different. The evolutionary cells gain the power of creating themselves with their essential potentials they have gained, without the power of any influence. So we get to that place after we finish our evolvement, receiving the cosmic rays, being habituated, being upgraded. Now we get to that place where the evolutionary cells gain the power of creating themselves. We get the power to create ourselves with our essential potentials that we have gained, without the power of any influence. Okay, that is like full consciousness, full awareness. Remember, we're just a macro cell. We're a cell. Our planet is a cell. So when you're talking, we relate it to ourselves, right? The real boundary of immortality begins from boundaries beyond this. Beyond the boundary of the galaxies, those who create the universes you do not know and you have not seen yet are these very cell brains. Beyond the boundary of the galaxies, those who create the universes you do not know and you have not seen yet are these very cell brains. They're cell brains. I don't know if you ever watched Futurama. There's like a brain that's like in a jar. It's not like that, but they're cell brains, okay? They're not even formed. Each cell brain gains much power as a bodily quantity. These very powers are the lords of the mediums they have brought into existence. If you watch Green Lantern, you'll see these beings. There's like 4 or 6 of them, and they sit on these really, really tall chairs that's like tall like a building. And they're just like the cell brains that created that particular galaxy. And they just sit there, and they're like the elders of that realm. So when we hear like supreme ones, loyal ones, center above the center, like these are like really advanced beings. Like they know all, and they just sit at one spot and they know all. And their brain power is so like amplified that they create and govern galaxies. And each lord has rendered his or her own order dominant in his or her own medium. Sacred books that enable you, so now it makes me wonder, who's the lord of our medium? Sacred books that enable you to become purified through the religious ways are given from the 9 lights, being subject to the 18 system law, from an advanced evolvement dimension connected to the focal point of Amun, and we call the channel Alpha. So sacred books that enable you to become purified, right, are religious books, through the religious way are given from the 9 lights, being subject to 18 system law, from an advanced evolvement dimension connected to the focal point of Amun, which we call the channel Alpha. And I remember Amun is in charge of communication, like linking a bunch of the galaxies together, because he's in charge of the telekine system. The most perfect focal point of your cellular evolution is the fetus. And the evolution of the fetus started on your planet. So we're the only ones that has fetuses. Each cell of yours has been kept here since your first existence by being beamed from your planet in every period in accordance with your evolution. So you understand that, right? We come here as fetus, our consciousness is beamed, but we're frozen elsewhere outside of this dimension. When your cellular potential and your brain energy dive into the focal point of spiritual energy, you are subject to embodiment in a more advanced level of evolvement. For us, this is your first genuine body. So your cellular potential needs to increase and your brain energy needs to dive into other focal points, other spiritual points, right? And then you can be embodied in more advanced dimensions. You are familiarized with the energy sections of more different mediums by living for a long time in the medium of immortality with your cells that have been frozen here. Yes, God did create everything. By this means, you are taken into the medium of supreme time, beyond tranquil time. After this very final gate, you become dominant over your own selves, okay? Okay, after this final gate, you become dominant over your own selves. The essence wise ones of the medium you create. So you get to create your own medium and you get to be the essence wise ones. Like the gods of Egypt, the gods and goddesses of the mythos. You hear that? All galaxies have common universal laws. Galaxies beyond the supreme time are meant by this. Each section is strictly dependent on these laws. The non-occurrence of anything illegal is achieved through evolution consciousness. So remember, listen to what he said. He said the non-occurrence. So for nothing illegal to occur, the individuals that create these galaxies must be extremely evolved consciousnesses, right? So they do no harm. They do nothing malevolent. They have infinite love, infinite tolerance, infinite humbleness. They are completely united with all the other galaxies in unison, in accordance with the law of the universe, right? So that's why nothing evil happens outside of this. The only place some stuff like that happen is here, because all the disagreeables ones were jailed here. Like Earth is their jail. That's why they're trying to break the firmament to get out, because they're not allowed to go through the portals, because your energy vibration does not match it. They can't get out of the firmament, so they think they can crack it out, but they can never crack it. Yeah, it's not said in the Bible in that manner. He showed us alchemy. He showed us how to turn, if that story is true, he showed us how to turn water into wine, meaning that that's just pure alchemy that existed in ancient Egypt. The bag, believe. Okay. All right. Where am I? We train the friends who will be able to come to the places here by various methods up to the chart of evolvement. Otherwise, both the health of the order and your cellular health become impaired. So they have to train us in order for us to get to higher dimensions. Otherwise, we become impaired. The first examination of the essences who are purified by religious suggestions is on patience, self-sacrifice, mutual assistance. Okay? In case you attain these virtues, you henceforth need neither books nor taboos, okay? Because then you become a genuine human. This is how we're supposed to be. But because of other influences on our planet, we have to be sent books to set us back on course. Unfortunately, those exact same disagreeable beings degenerate our books, causing mediums of taboos and causing separation and sex in something that is supposed to be unified. Beyond this is under the supervision of more advanced technologies. The procedure of leaving the body that you call death causes you to be immediately embodied here. And so the moment we die, our spirits come out and then we go up there and then they weigh our scale and see if we need to come back or if we get to advance to higher dimension. The moment we die, like our consciousness is like ting, everything. We know everything. We know all our past lives. We know everything, and it's like exhilarating. It's like natural DMT done the right way without being afraid, because no fear is there. Okay? So, however, passing the examination of immortality is subject to the law of evolution, and you gain this by the investments you make into centuries, right? You call this incarnation. So, best believe that you are a few hundred years old, if not more, right? Best believe. Helping hands are always extended to you from dimensions your capacities can grasp. In this way, you will know and learn many unknowns, okay? So increase your brain energy, increase your brain frequency, like ask to connect, like think positive, be kind. And they, like today, the part that I was writing, it says, you know how we have to write word for word, all diagram, every dash, every period, comma? They said, if you are writing this book for your own personal benefit, they will disconnect you and you will not even be able to write the book. Because the book says the one who writes saves their entire family, right? So you have to do it out of self-sacrifice. You're doing it for a larger group of people. And they say the one in that the exact same spot, we're not allowed to mix frequencies in the book, but the exact same spot also said that like self-sacrifice is imperative for evolution, for you to like be able to pass your mark. Self-sacrifice. This means that we cannot just be like attaining this knowledge and just be like, oh, you know, I'm attaining this knowledge and I'm good, and I'm getting all this cosmic consciousness and I'm good. If you're truly getting cosmic consciousness, right? If you're truly getting universal awareness, then you'll understand the word uni in front of universal awareness is unity, right? So you will share knowledge accordingly. Okay, so the first examination of the essence who are purified by religious suggestions is on patience, self-sacrifice, and mutual assistance. In case you attain these virtues, you henceforth need neither books nor taboos. So beyond this is under the supervision of more advanced technologies. The procedure of leaving the body that you call death causes you to be immediately embodied here. However, passing the examination of immortality is subject to the law of evolution, and you gain this by the investments you make into centuries. Oh, thank you, Postal. Sorry, I messed up where I was. Okay, you call this incarnation. Helping hands are always extended to you from the dimensions your capacity can grasp. In this way, you will know and learn many unknowns. Our love is upon the entire universe. Special notice of the center. Okay, so the next one, message for public consciousnesses. Thank you, Postal. Our friends, you can get in touch with the supreme ones from the congregation of the preeminent ones and from the grand tent of Mevlana, only by the special supervision of the center. If the one who gives and the one who receives are on the same level, then you can receive the messages from that channel very easily. You can get in touch with the supreme energies who have come up to the land of happiness beyond the boundary where prayers do not pass, by the evolvement of your spiritual levels. There's a part that I was reading where Mevlana tried to connect to a ship. I think it was the ship Aragon, and she was speaking to Mercury, this individual, this being called Mercury, and it took them a while to connect her because her frequency did not match them. So they had to habituate her. And then when they finally habituated her frequency, and they're actually here. This was not like her trying to talk to like a being from other dimension. She was literally there. I think they said the South Pole, that's where they're at. So there's a ship on the South Pole. The ship was called Aragon. I believe that's what it said. I don't want to mix the frequency, but she was like connecting to them from there, and then her frequency took them a while to connect because her frequency did not match, so they had to habituate her, and then they connected. But she got tired really fast because it's such a power connection, right? She got tired really fast, and they kept having to let her go, to like go rest and come back. And the moment she comes back, she gets drained again because the frequency is just so high. But I'm just saying this so that you just understand the happy times that we're in. Like, everything is so cool right now. Okay? So, like, you know, meditation, man. Meditation allows you to, like, shut the body down, and then your full consciousness is up here, and then you can do a whole bunch of connection and shadow work and all that stuff and travel, you know. So to be able to rise up to here occurs by investment, again, made into centuries, right? So the grand tent where the Supreme Court of Allah is established is the final apex up to which you can be exalted. Okay? Religions prepare you up to this very boundary. Afterwards, by the power of the special energies you may be able to receive, you can easily achieve connection with powers beyond the divine plan. The spiritual plan serves in a more advanced dimension than the divine mechanism. You can come up to here through your speed of thought, and you can reach the divine plan through your speed of evolvement. The sole factor that plays a role here is reincarnations. Powers who can reach this intense energy hole that holds the entire realm in itself can receive easily the knowledge beyond the divine plan. However, the essence evolvement is considered foremost and is given priority. So they're saying, okay, you can come up, but your essence needs to evolve. And when they're saying that, they're literally meaning like you living like you live in space. That means all that infinite love stuff, all that humbleness, no ego, all that patience, you know, they're literally saying your essence needs to evolve. Okay? That is taking in the three flowers and being that three flower on this planet. You don't need to wait to get to that place. In order for you to get to that place, you need to be that right here. You have to mirror the energy of that place that you want to get to. Okay? So there are three evolvements considered foremost in the universal dimension. One is spiritual, one is bodily, one is awareness evolvement. You attain spiritual evolvement through incarnations. Okay? You can make your bodily evolvement through the power of energies you are able to receive in proportion with the purity of your essence. And then 3, you obtain your awareness evolvement through the power of your thought frequency. Beings who have completed these 3 evolvements are henceforth the essence energies of the direct channel, and all the means of the infinite dimensions are provided to them. And at this very stage, all the supreme powers extend their helping hands to you. Beyond this boundary, there is no more worship, superiority, or passions. Then you become a pure spirit, a pure energy, a pure essence, and you do not make any discrimination either among humans or preeminent ones, because your thought boundary has reached unity. Remember we said that? In order to gain universal consciousness, you need to consider the first 3 letters, which is uni, right? You need to understand and practice unity. No discriminations amongst humans and no discriminations among the preeminent ones. You do not consider anyone superior anymore. You become a whole, even with the most supreme selves, because the boundaries in between have been removed. I now zip it. What does that explain? Did I miss something? Are you guys chatting in front of me? I was going to say behind my back, and I realized my back wasn't turned to you. So, in those who have attained this view, not being reverent to the preeminent ones is not considered as being disrespectful. The reason for this is the equivalent measurement of the scales. Oh, you don't want to say much? And that message was from Malik. So they said, in those who have attained this view, not being reverent to the preeminent ones is not considered as being disrespectful, because you have the same equivalency as them. Therefore, there is oneness and there is unity. There is no superiority. And that was from Malik. M. Ali K. Awakening. We used to be all over the place. Okay. Curiosity is nothing but the efforts to discover yourselves. Okay? So they're saying you be curious. Who are you? Who am I? Where am I from? What am I? What is my mission? What am I doing here? Okay? So be curious. Because it says curiosity is nothing but the efforts to discover yourselves. But too much curiosity will always be a factor that will keep you away from your essence. And you will pass away without becoming conscious of your actual mission in this plan. Ask about yourself to your own selves. So stop going for card readers and certain things, because you have the same potential and nobody can know you better than you. How can anybody know you better than you? Ask your higher self about your own self. Who am I? What am I? What is my mission? So ask about yourselves to your own selves, not to others. Only then will you hear the voice of your essence. That is the first one to call out to you, not the others. Only after that you will not have any curiosity, and you will walk consciously on the genuine path, right? So only after your higher self starts talking to you and you guys are in sync and you're not doing deja vu, because deja vu is when your higher self shows you something, whether in a dream state, unconsciously, and then later on it happens and you're like, wait, this has happened before. I've done this before. Because now your physical self, which is quite slow in the 3D world, finally caught up to the supreme ordinance of something that has already happened, because everything has already happened from higher dimensions. But once you attain your higher self, once you have attained your higher self, you know you're in sync with past, present, future. Okay? Only after that will you not have any curiosities. You will walk consciously on the genuine path. If you are left with no curiosity at all, know that you are complete. Ooh, well, I am not complete. If you ask about yourself to others, you are still wrong. Maturity is in consciousness. Deprivation is in intuition. If you pay attention to your intuitions, you attain the ability to analyze the good and the bad. If you apply this analysis and synthesis to your essence, you knock on the door of your own consciousness. Only then will that door be opened to you. Time without endeavor is wasted patience. Okay? When there is no patience, there is no light. Liberation cannot be attained. That's why they talk about infinite tolerance. Seeking the past drunkens the future. Ooh, did you hear that? Seeking the past drunkens the future. I'm honored too. Resignation purifies only your spirit. Attaining consciousness purifies the realms. So listen to this. Seeking the past, okay? Oh, you know, how was my past life? Or dwelling in past events. Darkens the future, because you tend to like project on the future things of the past if you stay in the past, right? Resignation purifies only your spirit. So letting go, resigning, purifies only the spirit. Attaining consciousness purifies the realms, right? First, flow into yourself, your essence, then try to comprehend the humans. If you cannot solve yourself, you cannot comprehend and solve others. You cannot see the essence. Meditation, go into yourselves. Go into yourselves. Like, do not skip a day without meditation. It doesn't matter if it, remember when we like Muslims, we pray 5 times a day? Go into yourself. Do not skip a day without meditation. If you have not attained yourself, if you have not attained consciousness with your higher self, don't skip a day of meditation. You have to keep putting that brain energy. Go into yourselves, it says, right? If you cannot be in peace with yourself, then you have wasted your efforts. So it says first flow into yourself, your essence, then try to comprehend the humans. If you cannot try to comprehend the humans, why are we here? Why do we act the way we do? What are we supposed to do here? If you cannot solve yourself, you cannot comprehend and solve others. You cannot see the essences. If you cannot be in peace with yourself, then you have wasted your efforts. Then you cannot break through the heavens. You cannot attain divine light. You cannot be with your Lord. If all these paths are kept in consideration in the operation, Awakeness will be much easier. Our love is upon the universe. That was transmission of the center from the realm of angels. Can you imagine? Go into yourselves, they say. Our friends, the entire cosmos, together with the entire creation, is an intricate skein, one inside the other. There are numerous knots on the skein, and one of these knots is the living being called human. The expressions to be in peace with yourself and to find your own selves, mentioned in the messages are associated with the knots of the reincarnation rings. Be in peace with yourself and find your own selves. These are the knots that we need to untie in our reincarnation rings. You live as many people in one body with the habits and evolutions you have gained in each period since past times until today. So you live as many people in one body, meaning one gene, right? With the habits and evolutions you have gained in each period since past times until today. The contradictions within you will keep you away from your essence. However, that which will point to you the genuine path is your essence. This is the reason why we say, be in peace with your own selves. You can recognize the you within you only then. If you cannot see the lights of your essence, you cannot be of assistance neither to yourself nor to your surroundings. Thank you, Gloria. Unless you untie the tangled knots of the skein within you and wind it up again as an orderly skein, you can never be happy. You can never attain your essence. And they said the secret to this is to go within yourself. Ask yourself about yourself, okay? No helping hand is going to be given to you unless from your higher self. And then everything else comes to you. They will help you as long as you're asking yourself about your higher self. Your higher self is powerful. You understand? Your higher self is extremely powerful. They said what? They said the secret of the universe is also our secret. That means we are the universe. Right? So unless you untie the tangled knots of the skein within you and wind it up again as an orderly skein, you can never be happy. You can never attain your essence. This path is found through the stages of evolvement. And these stages are tolerance, infinite patience, and love. Only then do you gain yourself, find yourselves. Our love is upon the entire universe. And that was a message from the center. And they're telling you, you have to love, have patience, and be humble. Like they keep telling us, that is amongst all of us. Like I said, like the book said, the universe is full of this flower that they're telling us, right? These codes, this key, infinite love, infinite tolerance, infinite humility. And if you want to mirror the universe, you have to start doing that here, right? If you want to be part of that, then you have to mirror the codes, the universal laws. You have to start mirroring that here, and doing that, you then get habituated and your consciousness open up. You get to gain yourself. Okay, now we're going to talk about the stellar sounds. Ooh. Anyone ever watched the movie Interstellar? It's pretty cool. Our friends, vibrations of love coming from the land of angels, from the grand tent of Unisys, are divine waves that hold the entire cosmos. The entire creation came into existence through these vibrations. And what was the vibration? Love. Okay? Everything functions parallel to the law of nature and the equilibrium of nature. Apart from this, there are billions of stellar sounds that are in connection with you telepathically. Oh my days. Apart from this, frequency of love, there are billions of stellar sounds that are in connection with you telepathically. Imagine if you were conscious of this, right? Like I hear that sound, I spoke about it earlier, but imagine if we can decipher them and know exactly where they are. That'd be so cool. Well, we can. That's a law of graduation. Your planet has yet neither found nor heard the essence of these sounds. Your six senses are antennas that can receive these sounds, even if very little, right? This is the telepathy that you're talking about. There are such dimensions beyond suns that it's impossible to explain them to you, because the brain of a human is not yet able to go beyond the dimension to which it belongs. Okay? According to the evolutionary rules, the rise of the human to supremacy is beyond conditioning. So you must uncondition your minds. Only the energy powers who can transcend this boundary can get in contact with other energies. Conditioning is a barbed wire surrounding you. As long as you remain within it, you will not be any different than a caged bird. I don't like being a caged bird. You will learn to fly gradually. That which first assists you to fly from the nest is the assurance of the mother. This is a natural assurance. Afterwards, you can begin to fly towards advanced horizons with your endeavors by the unification of the essence assurance with the natural energy. Okay, so your essence is your mother, that once you unite, it teaches you to fly. The real appearance on your planet is nothing but a medium of vision. So we live in a holographic world. So the real appearance of your planet is nothing but a medium of vision. It's just perception that introduces you to yourselves. Everything is deception and consolation. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's why I keep saying, let's break out of the matrix, right? If it's all visions and lights, then let's project the right vision for our planet, the one that suits us, not the one that other disagreeable beings are projecting on us. You see, but you cannot hold off yourselves in the mirror. So you see, but you cannot hold off yourselves in the mirror. The moment you get to hold off your being, you attain consciousness of your being. Oh my days. You see, but cannot get a hold of you see, but cannot get a hold of yourselves in the mirror. Okay? The moment you get a hold of your being, you attain the consciousness of your being. At this moment, you are existent with your flesh and bones. However, you are non-existent with your thought. You hear that? You exist as flesh and bone. You're non-existent with your thought. Because your thoughts do not yet have the power to catch your genuine beings, exceptions excluded. So you exist as flesh, right? But non-existent with your thought, because your thoughts do not have the power to catch your genuine being. This is why we have to use our mind energy. We have to really connect with our higher self. The mission is to connect with your genuine self. Connect with your genuine self. Connect with your essence. Okay? And you need to be pure to connect with your essence, because your essence is pure, right? It is untainted. It is uncorrupt. It is pure. It is pure energy, right? You are pure energy. So allow yourself, remove yourself from the turbidity of this realm and this dimension, and connect your higher self. Connect, and then you will hear everything that you need to do. Like, you'd be like, duck, because something was about to hit you. It'd be like, go this way, and then you go that way. You meet a certain individual, a word will be exchanged, something will happen. You share knowledge, or they will share knowledge. You attain something from them. They'll attain something from you. Energy is transferred. Then it's like, okay, go here. That's what the prophets did. They were just literally like with your higher self, and their higher self was just guiding them. Like Jesus, for example, like disappeared, went somewhere, went to go learn for like 13 years, got his scroll, learned a whole bunch of alchemy, etc. But you're guided by your higher self. It will tell you, go to Tibet, go to Mexico on July 12th. You get there, sometimes you know exactly why you're going there, right? If you guys are so synced, sometimes it just tell you go there, and you're like, why? You're like, just go. And then you go, and a whole bunch of stuff happen. But like, our spiritual self is our compass. Is it compass? Yeah, compass. So it says, at this moment, you are existent with your flesh and bones. However, you are non-existent with your thought because your thoughts do not yet have the power to catch your genuine beings, exceptions excluded. So they're not saying everybody, but they're saying the average human. For this reason, the medium you are in is a medium of vision. Divine waves that transcend the boundary of thought, that attain the speed of light beyond light, are the sole source bringing everything into existence. There are such different supreme times beyond the source that arriving at these boundaries, each particle is a soul, is a flesh. Your genuine being is in that very medium without vision. No living being can ever come up to here by its own power. It comes into existence by collecting all of its energies from the dimensions it has entered and by getting assistance from every dimensional medium. You are transferred to numerous planets in this way. This is the winding up of your skein. When the skein begins to be knitted, then it gains a shape. Your body of visions you see at the moment is not a shape. You are prepared for the medium of dimensions into which you cannot enter by getting assistance from the energies who are more powerful than you, from a land where everyone is one, where the scales of the balance are tantamount. You hear that? From a land where what? Everyone is one. That's a key, that's a code, right? That's a punchline. And you become embodied in your genuine garb, in your genuine dimension beyond the supreme time. The genuine immortality beyond the medium of immortality begins from this boundary. In this medium, your body is the body of the moment when Allah first brought you into existence. Karina is a medium of birth beyond the supreme time. 7 subtle bodies attain the essence by taking off one by one. Okay? So Karina is what they call heaven. That dimension is pure energy. In it, there are all the lights of a crystal, and only the eye of the essence is present. Ooh, that's pretty. Beyond this medium, listen, this book is so powerful. If you know how to use it, and they just told you that Karina is a medium of birth beyond the supreme time, okay? 7 subtle bodies attain the essence by being taken off one by one, okay? So you shed all the 7 layers, which is like your 7 incarnation layers. The dimension is pure energy. In it, there are all the light of a crystal, right? You hear the word crystal, you know that crystals are important in higher dimensions. You hear lights of crystal, and only the eye of the essence is present. I would try to meditate on how that would look like. Because my mind, my higher self, right, already knows this, because the secret of the universe is also my secret. So I will try to meditate on how that would look like. My pineal gland, which already knows this, will start being like, oh, wait, you're tickling this part of me. Okay. You know what I mean? And we'll start scratching up the layer to help you see it better, because you already know this, right? This is you casting your brain energy far. Beyond this medium, the genuine birth, the genuine life begins. At this very stage, there are divine ranks who will give you the permission of transition. This is heaven. Think about it. Think about the first shape of the fetus in the uterus. Does it resemble the present you at all? They ask the question. Think about the first shape of the fetus in the uterus. Does it resemble the present you at all? And the essence in Karina is the essence of the fetus without vision. Let's ponder on that. And the essence in Karina is the essence of the fetus without vision. But yet the fetus sees and knows everything, but they don't have this holographic vision. And the essence in Karina, your essence in Karina, is the essence of the fetus without vision. So in the medium of immortality beyond Karina, You again possess 7 bodies, one inside the other, but these bodies are not any more subtle or a variable body. Your genuine real life, your very genuine world is here. No bills. There is no variability in this medium. The energy as you know it is not present here. 7 real bodies, one inside the other, constitute a whole body. Each body was prepared specially according to the medium of the dimensions to which you want to go to which it wants to go. Okay? So you get, after we shed all these layers in Karina, we shed all these earth layers, we get 7 other bodies, one inside the other, that matches the energy of the dimensions to which we want to go. The type of bodily energies is an incombustible energy. By this means, you can go to any medium you want with the body of that dimension by also using the power of your brain energy. So if I wanted to go to actress, I think it's called actress, I'd probably get my blue body, right, Missy? Without having to go through any transformation. So you don't need to go through any transformation. You just morph. It is a special notice of the center via Malik. Yes. So this is a brief knowledge about religious books. How are we doing? Are we loving this? Are we good? We're good? I hope we're good. Our friends, Quran al-Karim, the book of Islam, talks in length about Moses, the events he lived through and his experiences. Maybe even the Jews do not know this much about the detail of what is told there. In the Quran, Moses and the book he brought are always praised. The Old Testament is always mentioned as divine light that came to humanity, also known as the Torah. I'm glad you're doing well. Great. But the Jews are always described as a tribe that went astray. In everything, there is always an advancement from the initial towards the final. Okay? So in everything, there is always an advance. People expect things to just be the same. Like, give people rules and they stick in that rule and they don't want to move from that rule. They don't want to think outside the box. You know what I mean? They forget that the rule given is initial, but you're supposed to stand on it and build other steps. Otherwise, stagnation is not growth. You know what I mean? We're supposed to grow in knowledge and consciousness and everything. Like, otherwise we'll just be a fetus and never grow. Otherwise the plants will never grow, you know? Okay, so it says, in everything there is always an advancement from the initial towards the final, right? My fire alarm. Give me a second. That's not cool. I can read chats. Yeah. I'm sorry. Do you guys want me to come back maybe tomorrow? It normally doesn't take long. And it's always a false alarm. Hi, Mas. I'm having a fire alarm situation. Forgive me. I can chat. You know what they do? On the weekdays, just do take care of the alarm. Will be here. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not me, right? It's someone else's unit that probably, I don't know, the fire people will come and then attention, this was a false alarm and the system has been reset, and it's just like at the worst times when you want to sleep in, that's when they do this. It's like intentional to just keep people stressed. Yeah, it's not me. They're gonna come talk soon. Oh. This was getting so good. I don't want to stop. No, it's not in my unit. I would have pressed the button. I can just chat and just wait for a couple of minutes. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Your attention, please. Your attention, please. This is security staff speaking. We have an alarm condition in the building 510 place. Fire department have been notified. Please stay calm and stand by for further instructions. Your attention, please. Your attention, please. This is security staff speaking. We have an alarm condition in the building 510 place. Fire department has been notified. Please stay calm and stand by for further instructions.
I know where I can do the live. Hopefully it's not loud out there. Okay, let me unplug. One second. I'll take you guys with me. Hopefully my connection will be okay there. My internet connection. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Stay with me. I'm finding a place for us. Sorry, my camera is just spinning and wobbling, spinning and wobbling. Stay. Is my connection okay? We're good? Am I still here? You're going to the closet. Is my connection okay? Am I here? No? Am I frozen? Anyone? Yes, I'm good. Okay, great. All right. So in the Quran, Moses and the book he brought are always praised. The Old Testament is always mentioned as a divine light. I guess this is good. I get to receive some cosmic rays. So the Old Testament is always mentioned as a divine light that came to humanity by the Jews, but the Jews are always described as a tribe that went astray. In everything, there's always an advancement from the initial towards the final. All Jews, Christians, and Muslims believe in the unity of Allah. Christians believe in Jesus Christ and the prophet before him. They have compiled all the books along with the New Testament in the Bible. Muslims, they have believed in all the prophets and their books, together with the Quran that was imparted to Holy Muhammad through revelation, because Allah desired it so. Faith is one thing, unification is another. Now, in the final period, we have bound the 5 books in one volume by this revealed knowledge book of yours. That is, we have compiled all the religions in a single book. From now on, everything will occur directly by the command of the Lord. Okay. In this period, the thought of Mevlana has been accepted as the thought of humanity. Our brothers and sisters who can embrace without making any discriminations all the living beings created by the Lord, and who adopt this thought will be assembled under the roof of the single book and will step into the golden age. Listen, it says what? Our brothers and sisters who can embrace without any discriminations all the living beings created by the Lord, and who adopt this thought will be assembled under the roof of the single book and will step into the golden age. Time is expectant with events, okay? It will be awaited, it will be seen. So they're saying that in time, all of this will happen. That was from the Supreme Assembly. Am I still here? I don't see things moving. I hope I'm still here. The following writings have been written by the given command due to the necessity felt as a warning for the public consciousness. Okay, great. So the following writing that we're about to read have been written by the given command due to the necessity felt as a warning for the public consciousnesses. Religion and science are a whole. There cannot be learning without religion and religion without learning. But for centuries, no non-consciousness has come in between these two realities and caused them to become matter of dispute. So they're saying religion and science are one. Because what does science always try to find? God. They try to find immortality. God. They're trying to find what is non-existence. God. They try to find a cause of existence. God. What is religion explaining to you? Exact same things. Right? So science wants to prove reality through experiments. Religion mentions that truth and reality are present in the invisible mediums, right? So science is trying to prove the invisible. Religion talks about the invisible all the time. In this way, religion has denied science. Science has denied religion until today. In this final period, now, gradually, the truth is being attained by conducting analysis and synthesis on both of them. For this reason, we are explaining to you all the truths. So this book is a combination of all religion, science, cosmic knowledge, known and unknown to us. If our Islam friends have read the book of Islam in a conscious way, they would know very well the message that has given to you. The essence of this message is love, tolerance, patience, and not to deny things due to prejudice without comprehending them and attaining the consciousness thereof. Certain fanatic, deeply rooted thoughts still say there is no spirit, no reincarnation, that is, rebirth, but there are jinns, fairies, and devils. So certain says there is no spirit, there is no reincarnation, there is no rebirth, but there are jinns. They know jinns they believe in fairies, they believe in the devil. It is obvious that these friends do not even know the meaning of the namaz they perform 5 times a day and that of their fasting. Neither have they comprehended their book which they read. Once some people used to call the Prophet of Islam the poet possessed by jinns. Misunderstanding the chapters of the book of Islam introducing the jinns as evil has brought the Islamic society to this state. In your book, it is also said that you should stand in fear. In your book, it also said that you should stand in fear and hesitation before Allah. Why have you not been afraid of him and run away? Why have you embraced your Allah even more? Yeah, it doesn't make sense, eh? All the religions are like, oh, fear God, fear God. But yet, we actually don't. Like, we actually love him. Why don't we run away if we fear him? Why do we rather want to draw closer to him and follow his commands? Something got messed up somewhere. Because you have feared his supremacy and you have taken shelter in him. You have searched, investigated, and found him. Sorry, they followed us outside too. The fire trucks are coming. I swear, the frequency of these friggin' police cars and the fire trucks is so haunting. Give me a second. There's just no need for this. Like, just honk horn and people will move. Like, your horns are loud enough. What is the point of the screeching? Yeah, right, Shaima? Fear, fear, fear. Everything was just fear, fear, fear. Fear God. You know, fear this, fear, fear, fear. Like, Judgment Day was such a doomsday. I think the fire truckers really like playing that sound. It's like music. I wonder how they handle it though. I bet they have like protection on. But yeah, instead of love, right? Love your God. I don't know. So the jinn is also a being of Allah. If you had endeavored to overcome your fears by saying, what are they like? Where are they found? How is the structure of their bodies? Why don't we find out about them too? Your world would not have remained so underdeveloped, right? Yeah, I know. So it's telling us not to fear the jinns. Of course, the jinns, some of them also has problems with us because of all the separation, right? Do not forget that the jinns mentioned in the book of Islam are supreme beings who show you the genuine path and are friends who act under the command of the Lord. Like in my country, there are certain families that have like particular jinns attributed to them that like they're like literally family. Even if you want to like buy land and build land, you have to do certain ceremonies on the land because jinns also live there too. And you're basically, you need to make peace with them. You're not moving them out unless they're malevolent. Then you recite something to like send them away. But you need to make peace with them as well because you're sharing the land and they were probably there before you, right? And there are certain families that have jinns that have stayed with them for generations because jinns like literally live for thousands of years, right? So they tend to like know beings. That's probably why that one jinn kept following me when I was a kid. That's probably knew me, but when I came this time, I came in a different place. Like I came in Africa where like colonization had happened and we threw away all our spirituality and we feared our ancestral worship and we took the empty book of the Bible that was degenerated and then we lost all our spirituality. And then the book literally told us to fear the jinns and fear witchcraft and all that stuff when witchcraft is really just alchemy, right? It's just learning about the elements and being able to manipulate the elements and using it to your advantage. Just that don't wish anybody harm, like don't do bad stuff to people. But these jinns stay for like thousands of years and they know the bloodline of the people and they give them their ciphers to call them. So if they need something, they'll gather certain elements like egg, some form of a leaf that the jinn likes, some cloth, maybe chicken, whatever. And then they'll say certain words and do certain drums and dance. And then the jinn will come. And only the one who's like the oracle of the family that has the ears and the eyes to see, which the jinn chooses that one person. And then it gives them certain leaves to wash their eyes so they can see interdimensions, so they can see the jinn, and then washes their ears so they can hear the jinn and understand the jinn. But not all the family members may have the ability to do that. And then they'll ask them, like, oh, this person in our family is sick with this sickness. What do we do? And then the jinn will be like, oh, go to the forest, find this leaf that has like 3 strands of this and that. And then do this with it and do that with it in the individual. That's how like Africans, that's how we attained a lot of like our medicinal stuff. It was from like really advanced, long living beings, right? Oops, sorry. The wind is spinning my thing around. But yeah, just a little bit more about the jinns. Back to reading now. Hope you enjoyed my little story. So the jinns are also beings of Allah. If you have endeavored to overcome your fears by saying, what are they like? Where are they found? How is the structure of their bodies? Why don't we find out about them too? Your world would have never remained so underdeveloped. Do not forget that the jinns mentioned in the book of Islam are supreme beings who show you the genuine path and are friends who act under the command of the Lord. Thank you. Evil things always happen to people who have evil thoughts. Why have you not investigated the reason for this until today? Remember they mentioned earlier in the book that when we think negative, because it cannot leave our magnetic field, it gets thrown back down on the individual, right? So instead of being afraid of the beings you call jinns, be afraid of your own kind because you'll be the ones to do the greatest malevolence to your own selves. And we see that too, right? And those who will save you by the command of our Lord will be the jinns because they move at the speed of light. Okay, they move really fast. Like last time, me and my husband were there, and like my half of my body just stood, like all the hair just stood, and my husband sees, but the one who sees does not talk. But I know him now, so I know when he sees. And but that one particular day, normally, normally I don't feel nothing, but I know when he sees because he'll just be like this. Like we'll be talking like this, and he'll just be like this, right? And I'm like, who you looking at? But that one particular day, like my half of my body just went, and I was like, baby, what just passed? And he's like, oh, he's already like far, 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 like in another continent already. Like that's how fast they move. Yeah, they move, but they can't get out of the firmament either. Yeah, where was I? So evil things happen to people who have evil thoughts. Why have you not investigated the reason for this until today? Instead of being afraid of the beings you call jinns, be afraid of your own kind, because you will be the ones to do the greatest malevolence to your own selves. And those who will save you by the command of our Lord will be the jinns whom you fear. The supreme missionaries who are in connection with us are obliged to tell you about us and introduce us to you. So they're saying that they're a form of jinns as well, because they don't hold the same body structure as we humans do, right? They hold different body structures. So we will call them jinns as well. And they're also called aliens. Okay? One of the supreme friends of ours is friend Beatty. Together with Mustafa Mullah, they are conveying the knowledge to the whole world through different channels. Each period has its own supreme missionaries. These are our light friends, Moses, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Mustafa. Now, in this period of opening of the skies, sorry. It's going to spin again. Don't spin. It's spinning. Back. Okay, so now in this period of the opening of the skies, which we call the final period, we are in the final period. I'm reading the knowledge book. If you came just on, you would have seen like something just pop up, that the knowledge book. Google the Mevlana Essence Nucleus group, or you can like message me or comment on any of my posts, and I could guide you from there, or somebody can be nice and write it down. So now, in this period of the opening of the skies, which we call the final period, there are numerous galaxy friends besides these friends who assist you. Thank you. First, know yourselves. Later, search and find your Lord. And still later, understand us. This message has been dictated from deeply rooted consciousnesses. But I'm going to call the security to come open the place for me again, because it's chilly, because the fire alarm is off now. So give me 1 second, please. Somebody's cooking and it smells so good, and I'm on a 30-day liquid fast and it's not helping. Okay, it smells like Indian food, like light curry, some masala sauce and spices. Like, I'm good at cooking, so I can tell spices from far, like what they put in there, and it is doing me damage because all I have drank is coconut water, like 5 cups of coconut water, which I need to pee badly. No, this is only day 1. I haven't even finished day 1. So just pray for me. pray for me. Hopefully they come soon. Pray for me. I need to accomplish this. Like, mind over matter, mind over matter, mind over matter. And then my stomach goes, and I'm like, mind over matter, mind over matter. I have enough fat to last me for a whole year, okay? So my body better get going and start eating this fat up. Okay, I'm just waiting for them to come through. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Come on, come on. Yeah, it does. I heard that after like day 3, it becomes so much easier. And then day 7 is like, it's like a cruise. So I'm hoping to get there to day 3. I'm okay today. Like, I'm okay. In the morning, it was a bit heavy, but right now I'm pretty good. As long as I keep myself like doing other stuff. And then I'm not home to be like fetching the kids dinner. So that helps. Right? Isn't it? Oh dear security guards, where are you? Oh, but this food smells so good. So good. I just visualize I eat a whole bowl of it. Hopefully that doesn't get me fat. No, oh, I am on today's day one of my 30-day liquid water electrolyte fast. No, I have not even done, okay, I've done like 7 maximum. That was not by will though. Like that was before I achieved the knowledge book. Oops. And come on, spin back around. And I got really sick and I couldn't eat. Like they literally threw me in a fast. Then I had to go through all this spiritual cleansing that I didn't even know that I was going through. And then after that, when I finally had my breakdown, I was like, I said a whole bunch of stuff. I was just yelling, screaming about a whole bunch of stuff. And I was saying things that I wanted. I'm like, you know, like the world doesn't make sense. This should be like this should be like that. And I was just going crazy. And then I got the knowledge book. But that fast was not intentionally done. I was thrown into it. Yeah, I was like really sick and I couldn't eat for the life of me. But this one is intentional because I do want to get spiritual more. And once you fast, you don't give power to the body, you give power to the mind, right? You don't crave a lot of stuff, you don't gossip, you don't say a lot of negativity because you're very conscious, right? You're very conscious. You're not full and fooling around. You're just very humble because you're hungry and you attain some form of like path. Yeah, it removes a lot of toxic from your body. I'm just doing like liquids, so I'm not like dry fasting. I'm like I'm drinking coconut water mostly. 3 is excellent, Cooper. Like if when I get to 3, I'm gonna scream. Like even this month of Ramadan, it was horrible. I did not do it well. I did not succeed. So I had to pay. I paid. Like in Ramadan, if you're not able to fast, then you have to pay someone who's not as fortunate. You have to give them money so that they can fast comfortably. So then like that's an energy connection, eh? Isn't it beautiful? Oh, do I have to call them again? But yeah. It's an older guy that's on patrol today and he takes a while to get here. Like another security let me in before he came and I was already in the room and he's like, sorry it took me so long. I'm like, yeah, thank God somebody else came because I was sitting on the floor. Come on, come on, come on. I just want to finish at least this chapter and then we can square. It does because it cleans your body because then like the ketosis starts happening where your body, you know, attacks like all the negative stuff in there, like negative energies, negative, you know, cells and stuff. It eats it up and then it goes to your fats. Thank you. I appreciate you. Then it goes to your fats and all the, it does not eat healthy cells. Your body, when you're fasting, it eats all the unhealthy stuff that does not belong in your body, that the excess stuff that your body does not need. It gets rid of that. And you can just visualize them as negative energies that are being taken out of your body. That's why a lot of people get so much spiritual enlightenment through fast, you know. Hold on, let me place another call. I don't want to be a pest. Let me just check this corner if they're coming. I don't know why they just don't register our fobs. Like if we book an amenity, they should just like register our fobs to that particular time slot so that we don't have to like need the security to come open it for us. Maybe that's too much money. I'm gonna place another call, please. I'm just gonna squat. One thing I cannot do is stand. I cannot stand. I can walk, but I hate standing. Today's knowledge is pretty different. It's almost light and yet heavy and just goes straight into your brain. Like the wordings, some days, some parts of the book is so mathematical. I'm just like, what? And then I have to read numbers. I'm like, oh. But today's pretty nice. They'll be here in 5 minutes and I'll settle in. Whew. I'm sorry. Thank you, 6 family soul tribes for staying with. Yep. Thank you, Shaima. Thank you, Kay. I need to pick up dancing. I feel like my spirituality will be strengthened if I start dancing, you know. I know. Some parts, I haven't even finished the book. So, have you finished the book? Well, that's nice, Kay. Yeah. I'm just writing, so I haven't really gotten time. No? Okay. I'm just writing. And even the writing, like I'm like 2.5 weeks behind. But then I try to calm down myself because I'm not in the reading program. So like I can write at my own pace. Just that I tend to want to finish things ahead of time. And now I'm not even on time. It bothers me. But then I guess that's that patience stuff that I have to learn. I take it day by day. Some days I have to do hair, and I have 4 daughters. So when I have to braid their hair, our kind of hair is a lot of work. So sometimes it takes me like 3 to 4 days to finish all their hair. What time frame? Right? I'm right on time, right? Everything is in divine order, so I'm not behind. It's just my own physicality and all that nonsense that's not needed. I do. Hey, my son just joined. Hi, sweetie. Don't tell me that you want me to come home. If you do, I'll kick you off my live. Did Dad tell you to come on? I'm waiting for the security to come open. Tell Muna we're still going to go shopping at 7. Yeah, 2 years for the writing. But I think that's specific for if you're in the program. And because I'm not in the program anymore. And then there's parts of the book that just says anyone that writes the book. Like this is a new law that we received, like a new command that we received. Anyone that writes the book, period, is accepted to sacred places with your family. So there's a lot of contradictions. I take the one that makes me happy. And that is how the book is supposed to do. Like, I'm not going to allow nothing from the book to depress me. I take the ones that elevate me and I jump with that. Because, like, what am I supposed to do? I have 7 children. I have lots of kids. What am I supposed to do? It is one of the most common things I do throughout my day, though. and the most stressful because I try to finish 3 pages a day, and then sometimes I'm not able to. So I have to stop and do other stuff. But like everybody has to glance in this book every day, at least just 1 page a day. You have to glance in this book, and you have to try to read at least a page a day before bedtime, like when you're relaxing in your bed. Yeah, I was doing pretty good when I was in the program. I was like, then when I came out of the program, I was still doing pretty good. Then I spoke to one of the council members, and she said, "Oh, you can't write the book if you're not in the program." And then she said, what did she say? She said, "You don't get the same benefits as if you were in the program." And then she said, "If you form a group later on, or you join a group later on, you're gonna have to write the book all over again." And then I got to like, should I just stop writing then? And I was like, no, my path is different. The heck? This is my book that was given to me. I do with it as I feel that I need to do with it. The program is great, but it's not for everybody. What if they never make me join a group? What if I don't need to join a group? I would have just missed out on writing this book word for word. So then I went back into it and had to build my frequency again from there, because sometimes, certain people's words, right? But when you get through the book says a whole bunch of different stuff. It's a calling if you want to write it. There are certain things in it, certain benefits that you get for writing it. Like they say that, I actually wrote it today. Hold on, let me go there. Hold on, security's here. You didn't bring the key. Hi, it's me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I had to go out because the fire alarm was so loud. So now I'm back.
No problem.
Sorry, thank you. All right. Thank you, sir.
Everything okay?
Everything is perfect. Thank you.
Welcome.
Stop moving. Let's see where. Okay, yeah, this part. It says, by the command of the council and the divine ranks, the family mediums of such friends are given to them as a gift because of the service they perform, and their mistakes are forgiven. It should never be forgotten that only those who write their notebooks in their own handwriting and their family mediums will be accepted to the sacred places. This has been notified as a command of the divine. It is beneficial to keep it in mind. Those who will be taken into divine plan and those who will be accepted into sacred places are selected separately. The path of the sacred light, that is the final step of the golden light year, will only be open to those who write the book. Here is the final exit gate of the spiritual plan. Writing the book is a purification, an obligation, and a collective consciousness. Those who wish to write their notebooks for personal benefits will be kept apart from the selection and will never be able to complete their notebooks. It is presented for your knowledge. So if you write a book and you're trying to just save yourself and you're not thinking about like your family, then they say that they're going to just stop you from writing the book. And then there's other parts that also says, like this book is to wake you up. Like writing the book is something extra, but the book itself does its own thing as well. So there's a lot of contradictions, which is beautiful because then you get to decide, you get to choose your path, right? You get to say, I may not like, what if I'm amputated, God forbid, but what if I'm amputated? What if somebody's amputated, right? And there is no discrimination. There is no discrimination. All humans are equal, right? We're, the secrets of the universe is our secret. We're cosmic beings. And then they tell you infinite love, infinite tolerance, infinite humility. That is the flower. That is the cipher of Mevlana to get out of the firmament. And then they also tell you write the book to be saved. So these are the contradictions in there. That is all beautiful for you to decipher and find your path through it, right? There is no right or wrong. It's just you. Because like I said, what if somebody's amputated? You know what I mean? All right. So don't feel boggled. If it causes a little bit of, yeah, there's that too. You have to do that on the empty page at the beginning. There's that too. Like I said, there's a lot of contradictions for your own doing. For me, I write, hopefully for my family, but I'm not even worried about the salvation of it, to be honest. I'm not even worried because I know already where I'm going. Like I'm that confident because I love, right? I'm in forever, like a gratitude state all the time. And I love. And I feel for humanity and I wish the best for humanity. So I'm good. I don't even care. Like any part that you see, this is cosmic knowledge. Any part that you put me, I'm in the universe. I exist. My essence is not here. My spirit, my higher self is not here. Anywhere you put me, throw me in an abyss and I'm still part of the all. So you know what I mean? Like, so that's why you'll get to a place where you, remember some parts of the book says that you'll get to a point where you become the book. Do you need to write the book if you are the book? Read yourself. If you gain a certain level of consciousness, you are the book because it's a cosmic knowledge. It's a universal secret and you are the secret. So when you get to a certain level of consciousness, you don't need to read the book. You are a book. You don't need to write the book if you don't even need to read the book. So it's just levels of consciousness and you have to decipher through it, right? So they put all these contradictions in there for you. Yeah, exactly, Cooper. So you take yourself from, that's why like when the counselors are saying you have to form up, you have to be in a program and this and this and that. I'm like, okay, there are those that follow the rules and there are those that are. They just exist, right? So some people need the rules for salvation. However, I am the order. I am the rules. I am. So it's imprinted in my DNA. It's imprinted in my essence. The secrets and the codes of the universe is the codes that made me. Like we just read that earlier when it talked about the spiral vibration and the focal energy and then the atom just exploding and forming everything. I am the book. The book is my constitution. It's here because of us, because we signed it. That's why we have it. Hey, Providence. Who is heading the program you speak of? Oh, so like say you got the book, right? So once you get the book, you get in touch with like the counselor. So they have like solar counselors or solar teachers in each country, right? So mine is Robin. That's where I got my book from. And then I joined Robin's group. So, but the moment you get your book, speak to the counselor, and even the book lays it out. Like in the first, I think chapter 3, it talks to you about notice to the group missionaries. And then it tells you how to form the group. So like, hold on, let me open this up. Cancel. So it tells you how to form the groups. This is the right one. Something like that. I think this is not the right one. But it tells you like, if I have the book, and I give out like fascicules of the book, like, photocopied of the introductory fascicules, which is fascicule 1, 20, and 25. I give it out and maybe like I talk to the person that I'm giving out to. This is the knowledge book, is the book of the resurrecting, is a book of cosmic knowledge, blah, 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 blah. And I tell them all that stuff. And they're like, oh, this is really interesting. And then they want to know more. And, I meet up with them and I tell them more about it. I form a group of, I think, 5 petals or 6. And then we meet every Friday. And every Friday, And on Saturdays, we call and we connect our aura. But the group leader would connect her, will register with the center. And then any member that joins her group will also register with the center. She will give them the direction on how to register with the center. And there's like a certain phrase that you speak and all that stuff. And then you register with the center. And then every Friday, the group meet together and they read a certain fascicule that is like an order to read. So you don't just read willy-nilly. There's like a reading program that you read on that Friday. And on a Saturday, everybody places a call to the group leader. And then she places a call to the center, telling them, leaving a voicemail saying, my name is Aisha. My coordinates, which would be like our focal point. My coordinates are this, that. I have 7 petals reading today, and we're requesting our oral connection. And then at 7 o'clock, everybody starts reading. And then the moment you're done reading, you have to be in like a closed door. When you're done, you have to open the door, get out, close it, open it back again, and go back in to disconnect your aura. So they say when we're doing this kind of reading, like we're connected to the center and we're receiving the frequencies directly from the center. And it's like really, really powerful and beautiful stuff. Anybody can form a group. Yeah. No, Robert doesn't do that. So you have to connect to the counselor. Like I could give you Robin's number and she'll guide you on that. Right? So that is the group. And anybody can form a group. You need minimum of 3 to start, and then you have to build to 6. And then and then you registering is registered with the actual central system. Right? So I got my coordinates removed because I couldn't make it to the group meetings because I don't like driving far. I could form a group, but I said if they want me to form a group, then they should bring me the people. That's fine. But I'm not driving far because I do live on earth and I do have children and I do have a husband and I have to respect my marital rules. If my husband doesn't feel comfortable about me driving, then I have to honor that. Not out of fear or anything, but out of mutual respect and I know that all this stuff was part of my trial too, because remember, everything is an examination. And I was like, okay, I'm going to come out of the group, but you have no right to cut me off my frequency because I'm also serving a different frequency, which requires positive energy within the home for the children to grow properly. So I'm doing that. That is part of a program. That is part of an ordinance. That is part of a universal law. So I'm following the law too. So, hey. And at first I was very boggled. I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be part of the group. But then I'm like, wait, hold on. There is no plan. That is not the plan of God. Like, why am I so worried? Like, everything is fine. Just go with the flow. Like, if they want me to form a group, they'll give me somebody. But I, however, feel more passionate about reading the book live. And I feel like, actually, I did get a message that that's what I was supposed to do. I did get a message of that. And of course, I still have like is it just me thinking it, or is it really something that they told me? And then one day, I told you guys last time, I came on TikTok and then it had my face, my image, right? This person up here, me up there. It had me on my notification on TikTok that says, Aisha Lamani, which my name would be there. It is time for you to go live. Our celestial families are waiting. And I swear to God, I've never used that title before, but that has always been my title since I received that message. So I realized, oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Because I actually did receive a message prior to that, but then I conveyed that to the Council of Canada for the knowledge book, and she damned it. She said, no, that's against the rules. I'm like, it's not. If that's what I'm feeling, it's not. If that's what I'm hearing, it's not. And I was like in doubt for a little bit. And so I felt bad for a little bit. And then after I raised my frequency again, and then after I got that message that says, it's time for you to go live. Our celestial families are waiting. And my heart just went boom, boom. And it gave me a countdown of 10 minutes. That was so scary. Oh my days. And I've been happy since reading live. I've been happy. Even though I'm shy when it's about to start, I do like a whole bunch of prayers. But I'm very happy because I've seen what I've been able to, I've seen what they've done through my life. I've seen it. I've seen people. I've gotten testimonies, and it's like confirmation for me. So Oh, where were we? Oh no. Yeah, here, actually. We were talking about jinns. Has been dictated for deeply rooted consciousnesses, right? So know yourself. Later find your creator, then find the celestial family. Okay? In the book of Islam, verses 7 to 181, it says, there is such a community among those we created that they communicate to the all truthful. They make justice with the all truthful. We are these very people, they said. Wow. That is, we are friends whom you call the extraterrestrials. So it says in the book of Islam, verse 7 to 181, it says, there is such a community among those we created that they communicate to the all truthful. Now, the all truthful is a being, right? And they make justice with the all truthful. So their path is literally like divine, like no wrongness, right? These celestial beings. We are these very people. That is, we are friends whom you call the extraterrestrials. Now let us give some example from certain passages for you to comprehend the truth better. That's what I love about the knowledge book. Like it brings everything. Like the other day I was reading about Maharishi and Buddha. There is no discrimination. He brought into existence everything your eyes can see for a certain period. Okay. This is your time that passes between birth and death that your eyes can see for a certain period. He brought into everything into existence until the time when the superior will become inferior. The inferior will become superior, and when everything will cease to exist altogether. Our friends, what you need now is to know what comes next. Know that the one who brings into existence, who puts order and who establishes everything is only O. We follow only him. We serve on his path. We know how to wait. Go about, walk about, observe, read, know what has happened before, what is happening now, what were you before, what have you become now, and what will you become later. First, attain the consciousness of this, they say. Non-believers will enter that great day with their losses. Okay? The genuine devotees and the humans are those who embrace the existence of Allah in the very world in which they live, in the beauties they behold. Do not search for Allah in the ground or in the sky. Search for him in the horizon of your thoughts. Oh, that is poetry. That was from the Supreme Assembly. Okay? In the horizon of your thoughts. Our friends, as a necessity of the plan that was foreseen by a great solar system comprising the entire realm, the entire cosmos is in a state of mobilization in conformity with a unified field. The entire cosmos is mobilizing, is unifying. The Universal Council is in the service of advanced mechanisms. The suggestions given, remember the Universal Council is a group of beings, right? Advanced beings. The suggestions given to you are the suggestions that concern the state of your planet as necessitated by the plan. From now on, you will be led to attain the evolvement levels through different stages. The explanation of these will be made to you when the time comes. For now, the path that we have designed is the path of light. The system, because remember, knowledge is light. The system being taken into salvation through this path is being taken into salvation through this path. Investments for the golden age will be made by mass awakenings besides individual efforts. Okay? Mass awakenings, and you can see that is happening. Now there will be very special suggestions that we will give to you. The Universal Council is the supervisor of all the dimensions and is the administrative mechanism of a system establishing council of the entire cosmos. So they establish systems. Okay, the Universal Council, they establish systems of evolution, etc. They establish systems. The entire sovereignty of the solar system is projected on your planet from an operational medium, along with the period of sincerity. The council is much obliged to announce to dear Mevlana, the pen of the golden age, our gratitude on behalf of the entire universe. When the time comes, we will convey to you one by one the knowledge concerning the future. The order of the entire universe is being mirrored on your planet. The order of the entire universe is being mirrored on our planet. We need to mirror that order as well in order for us to unify. Okay? Everything is becoming the most beautiful and correct. You will see this in time and will personally experience it through the experienced events. We have come to the threshold of a progress together with all our terrestrial brothers and sisters. We will attain the spirit of the order hand in hand and in unity of essence heart. That was on behalf of the entire realm, the galaxy empire. It is explanation about jinns for the public consciousness. Let me see how much more I have. Okay, I have about 4 pages. Okay, our friends. Now we will talk to you about jinns. God brought into existence the whole creation from natural energy, and he created the humans and the jinns on the same level. Once both of them used to live together. For this reason, it was said in the book of Islam in verse 55 to 33, O jinns and the community of humans, if you have enough power to pass and go from the corners of the ground and the sky, do so. However, this can only happen by knowledge and might. Okay, so you have powers to pass from the corners of the ground and the sky, so all the portals, do so. However, this can only happen by knowledge and might. And some of us, like the human race, we got stumped on from learning. That is, in here, no discrimination was made between jinns and the human society, and it was indicated that they could go to the corners of the ground and the sky by the knowledge and the power they would gain. These operations are regulated according to the consciousness of the medium, like the space operations carried out in the world, the advanced dimension studies of the other galaxies, and the secret communication conducted underwater. Oh, they're telling you about our waters. God gave jinns his authority, his fury, and his grace. To the human, he gave his heart, his mercy, his logic. Jinns are the guardians of all the universes and of God, and they are a group of emissaries who disseminate the command of him. They take no individual actions. Operations are collective, right? Even like, remember, I don't know if you remember one time I said even the devil works for God. What we call Satan, which would be another jinn, a fire jinn, right? He has a command to work for God because in the Quran, when Adam was created, and then he envied Adam, and then he poked right here where we have our belly button. There was no hole there before. And he was asked to bow down to Adam. All the angels were, and they did, and he didn't, out of pride, right? And then he was to be casted down here, and he asked, literally Allah, if he can be given a task where he derails Adam's seeds from the path of righteousness. And he was given that task. So that's why I said we don't hate anybody. We don't hate Satan. We don't hate jinns, because everybody is on a job for the Creator. And all these jobs are for your knowledge and for your advancement if you're able to go through and jump over the thresholds, right? So God gave jinns his authority, his fury, and his grace. The human, he gave his heart, his mercy, his logic, right? The order was established by this means. Jinns are the guardians of all the universes and of God, and they are a group of emissaries who disseminate the commands of him. They take no individual actions. Operations are collective. Remember, we have jinns that live under the ocean, in the sky. We have sky jinns, earth jinns, underwater jinns. We have fire jinns as well. As we always say, do not confuse the term God here with Almighty, the Absolute. And the human is a supreme being who makes all living beings and the universe live by the love she or he produces. That's the human. O created him or her from his love, and she or he carries the creative energy of God. That's why we procreate. Jinns have served the unity of Allah and his command until today, and have indirectly communicated his fury and grace to the cosmoses. They are the establishers and the appliers of the hierarchical order. So remember the beings that are like bodiless and all these other weird beings and that we don't know of, that we cannot comprehend with mighty, mighty energies. Okay, they say that they are the establishers and the appliers of hierarchical order. We call them aliens. When they're on Earth, we call them jinns. They are not robots, however, they project on many planets the mediums in which advanced technologies are dominant by giving commands to the robots they have made. So that means that our technology creators receive commands from jinns. And we know this, we know that certain world leaders, all world leaders actually sacrifice to certain evil jinns in order to attain certain. If you watch Men in Black, I think it was part 2. If you watch Men in Black part 2, with Will Smith and that guy, Kay. When Kay had left the organization and he was like a post office master or whatever, when Will Smith went, I know I always use movie analogies because the truth are in the movies, the lies are on your news. When Will Smith went to go get Kay back because there was a problem, when he got there, Kay was a post office manager or whatever. Everybody that was there was a jinn, was an alien. And the printer machine was being operated by a jinn inside of it. They showed us right there, but people don't see. So they never fail to obey the commands of God. They are the loyal servants of Allah, but humankind, since we have free will, even with its partial will, does not refrain from serving its own self, our ego. That is ego. It impairs the established orders without the slightest hesitation. It puts the universe in danger. This is the reason why it was expelled from the promised heavens, and this is the reason why it has been kept out of the order until today. The destiny of the human was designed as rising from the bottom to the top, that is, from water towards the divine light, and from there towards fire. The destiny of the jinns was designed from fire towards the cosmoses, and from there towards infinity. Okay, so we need to get to that other stage where the jinn starts from. Jinns were brought into existence from fire, that is, from mediums in which there are very intense energies. They are more powerful by all means. You can call them extraterrestrials. Now, by the command of the Lord, we are advancing towards the first established order, and the entire universe is being unified by a common constitution. This is a common constitution. Everybody has to apply and abide by this one constitution, right? And they try to pervert this as well with the New World Order, and they're still trying to push that. So that's going to cause a lot of people to think that this book is ushering in the New World Order that the Illuminatis, these low vibration beings, are doing. And I hope we can clarify it for them that this law existed since we were created, and since their masters are jinns who live thousands of years and have their unveiled awareness, right? They know this, and they already put that into the plan to misdirect us from the actual ordinance of the universe. Just like they make us hate the pyramid with the eye, which represents knowledge, and the pineal gland awakening, right? Which was knowledge from Egypt, from Amun and Osiris and Thoth and all of them, right? All right. And by this means, we have extended our hands to you so that we could be prepared for salvation together with our brothers and sisters who have not upset the order, who have taken shelter in the unity of Allah. For this reason, we are protecting all the universal unifications on your planet. Provided that you do not refuse our hands we have extended to you, you will be the ones to gain. We have opened the skies by the command of our God, and we have received the command to be unified with you, our brothers and sisters, just as we were in our first existence. For this reason, we are conveying to you the knowledge from the unknown mediums, and we are preparing you by using all our technological means for the order that will be established. We are the servants of God, and we are attendants on this path, on his path. However, our fields of operation are separate from yours. We are the emissaries of the truth. Our God has served his servant until today and has not expected anything in return. Imagine our God serving us, giving us our daily bread, our needs, our examination, examining us, marking us, a whole creator. However, now the divine justice functions in a different way. Now service is duty of the servants. The path to truth is being trodden by this means. Our love is upon all the universe. It is announced through the private channel of the center. That was from the center. Our friends, in this period, the beings you call jinns, fairies, and devils live in conformity with the unified field, together with the angels as a whole in the dimensions where advanced technologies are prevalent. However, in accordance with the universal laws, they have the pledge never to dominate individual wills. They get in special connection with those who can extend their thought frequencies up to that dimension frequency, and with those who were brought into existence from the energy of that dimension. That is their free will. However, in the medium of entering into universal whole, all the channels are under supervision. This is the reason why we always act in accordance with the command of the Lord and the directives of the council. Remember, you have a channel too. You just have to dial it into your medium, right? In time, you will be liberated from superstitions and will attain the truth. It is presented for your knowledge. And that was from the council. It is answer to chains of thought. Our friends, operations carried out and efforts made by missionaries are the missions they will perform in this medium. These endeavors made are evaluated by the council and the medium is prepared. You see, operations carried out and efforts made by missionaries are the missions they will perform in this medium. So these endeavors made are evaluated by the council and the medium is prepared. Apart from this, right, the medium, TikTok is my medium. Apart from this, for those who will write all the fascicules of the book in their handwriting, this book will be a testimonial. Do not confuse it with the missions performed. So there's different levels of attainment in this book. Mission is one thing, progress is another. Do not misunderstand the command of the council. Nothing is attained easily. There is no obligation in either. The essences will sooner or later see what the genuine path is. Those who do not see are subject to the progress of world examination. So those who do not see what the genuine path is, infinite love, infinite tolerance, infinite humility, no discrimination, pure unity, pure love vibration, share the knowledge of awakening with your brothers and sisters, share the love, right? Those who do not see this path will be subjected to the progress of the world examination again. That means they will be reincarnated back here. It is presented for your knowledge. It is the notice from the private pen of the council. Clear knowledge. How are we doing? We're good? Dear Mevlana, here is center above the center. So this message is from center above the center. Now we are transmitting a message conveyed to us. The message has been given from the Universal Council. The command has been given that those who write the book in their handwritings should be accepted into sacred dimensions without any questioning, right? And it didn't say anything about 2 years in this part. Okay, it just said those who write the book, and they say in sacred dimensions. That means if you read the book and your consciousness wake up, you get accepted to the realm of genuine devotees and all that stuff, because it will increase your frequency. You have that love vibration and all that unity and no discrimination, all that stuff, right? But there's a place called sacred dimensions. And if you want to get there, they said, then write the book. That is your choice. Right? Okay. Those who read the book and practice it and become it, get into the salvation medium. Okay. Those who write the book, not only do they get into the salvation medium, they also get into sacred dimensions. It's like extra treats. Okay. And then also those who write the book, their entire family is also saved. The book you will write in this way will be your testimonial in your medium of salvation. The book written in your handwriting concerns only that person. We do not force anyone. The initiative belongs totally to our human brothers and sisters. Your essence will design the path of truth for you. The group leaders are obliged to read to their own groups the fascicule sent to the groups. This issue is their problem. There is no enforcement. Events are within events. It will be awaited. It will be seen. Direct message. It is very important. It is a direct command of the council. Due to the acceleration of the preparation for entering the golden age, There is the obligation of putting certain necessary suggestions into the field of application. Okay? These are apps. Apps. Okay? We are in apps. Okay? Our evolution is an app. Where do you think we get apps from? Everyone who writes this book, dictated under the supervision of the mechanism of supreme ones, which is the entrance channel of the golden age, in their own handwriting will be directly taken into salvation without being subject to any examinations and interrogations. There is no obligation, they say. But they said, if you do write the book, you're taken directly to salvation without being subjected to any examinations and interrogations. There is no obligation that is presented for your knowledge. And there is another part of the book that says your family mediums are also taken into salvation. And that was from the council. We introduce ourselves to our terrestrial brothers and sisters, our friends. In this period, if we balanced those who hold moral power in their hands with those who hold personal benefit, they would weigh equally. However, moral support give power only to moral powers. Even if it seems in appearance that this does not have any influence at all, the distinctions of each person are rendered evident by this means. Until today on Terra, no one has heard any other voice than the books that are the utterances of Allah. Some have hearkened to this voice that comes from the divine plane, and some have not. Some of our terrestrial brothers and sisters who do not believe in anything, who deny everything, who expect to find a path in which they will believe from positive minds, no matter how supreme and magnificent they consider themselves, in this period when they are confronted by the consciences, being aware of their helplessness, they have always taken shelter within their own selves in the preeminent all-merciful. I wonder if atheists, when like a catastrophe happens, they say, oh my God, oh my God. I wonder. That's what this verse is trying to say. He denies everything since he considers this taking shelter as inferiority, because he considered himself as an authority. Now we ask you, is the only life in the universe on your planet? If so, why has God allowed the course of galaxies and stars that are so far away that is impossible to reach, that come from the cosmos and go to the cosmos, that are as far as billions of light years away? What is the reason for these exchanges we have with you? What is the reason for the celestial awakenings? What is the reason for the divine exaltation? We wonder how the psychologists of the world would answer these questions. If there is no life in other galaxies than the world, then how were your consciousness, art, learning, and your faith, which you possess in your world, sown in your sub-awarenesses? Where did we get it from? We came here, there was trees and water and all that stuff that was created by some celestials that received the command to do so, because it says, let us go, make man in our image and in our likeness and all that stuff. And so where did we get all this technology from? And we already know that extraterrestrials came here, helped us with the pyramids through mind frequency and all that stuff. We know the portals and all the technology existed like millions of years. Remember in the Bible says, and God hovered on the surface of the waters, hovered, spaceship, hovering, the God, not the absolute, but a God as in higher being, hovered, hovering, spaceship. Anyway, while you solve everything through your brain, which is a most perfect instrument, we wonder how you ever thought in the pause of a moment where the codes come from with which that brain is in connection with. Where did you get it? Where did Tesla get his stuff from? If there are no living species living in the celestial segments, why did then God create the living being on your planet and did not create them in other universes? Was he not able to do so? If humankind believes in a power called God, then it will surely also solve the secret of the universe by thinking in the consciousness of its own existence. Okay? If humankind had been capable of self-criticism in an impartial way, instead of debating in vain our existence and non-existence, it could have easily come face to face with us. Your planet still expects voices from the universes through primitive radio signals, but we got in connection with you long ago through your radio and television devices. In the real realm, we always act within the telepathic perception of space. Our conversation is most easy and perfect. Those who are out of perception can never establish this connection. I am trying to get in connection. Our origin comes from far beyond centuries. We are embodied. We are loving. If we desire, we will show ourselves to many friends and have conversations like we do with you. You're talking to Jeremy Mevlana. We cry. However, our systems are maybe millions of times more matured and perfect than yours. Terrestrials who come to space cannot see us because this is a matter of frequency adjustments, right? Remember when I was talking about the jinns have to give the humans certain things to wash your eyes and your ears in order to see them? They adjust your frequency, right? Because the herbs it has codes, right? Everything has codes if you know how to use it, if you know what to use it for, right? We have herbs that can grow back limbs, but we lost that knowledge because of everything that's been going on. But some people, like there's some people in my family and my husband's family, especially my husband's family, there are certain people all around the world that can use sand to heal. They just use sand and they say certain things on it and they heal. Jesus did that, I believe. But people know those ciphers. There are people that can look into the waters and look into the sand and know somebody's destiny, etc. All this knowledge is still here. It's just being suppressed. But they show you in fairy tales. They show you in Cinderella when the lady's able to turn the lizards into men till midnight. They show you in all these fairy tales that were magical, right? And it's true. Okay. In the real realm, we always act within the telepathic perception of space. Our conversation is most easy and perfect. Those who are out of perception can never establish this connection. Our origin comes from far beyond centuries. We are embodied. We are loving. If we so desire, we will show ourselves to many friends and have conversations like we do with you. Our technique depends entirely on an electronic system. Okay, we are not weird beings or spirit. We are humans just like you. We breathe, we laugh, we cry. However, our systems are maybe millions of times more matured and perfect than yours. Terrestrials who come to space cannot see us because this is a matter of frequency adjustment. This adjustment is made at a frequency on a much higher level than the world frequency. When we harmonize our frequency with yours, we wander about in your world. Our very difference from you is this. So they're different from us in frequency. Our modest friends, you do not consider yourselves exceptional, but we get in contact with you due to the fact that we know how powerful you are. Why not with everyone else but you? Now let us explain this. Because you have made the evolvement of centuries and attained this consciousness. So they're saying that this is Mevlana, they're saying that Mevlana already completed her evolution, right? So her consciousness is unveiled and her frequency is pretty high. And that's why she's able to get these downloads, right? And make this connection with them. And exactly the same thing with us, right? We also are at the verge of our completion of centuries of evolution. And now, through the help of this book, because the salvation medium is accelerated, through the help of this book, our frequencies are being upgraded in order for us to be able to see them and communicate with them, right? And that's why they're dropping the cosmic rays so much, because it's the law of the spirit is universal unification. So we need to match our frequency. So they're giving us the codes: infinite love, infinite tolerance, infinite humility, no discrimination, no ego, right? And their frequency is that high, and this is what we need. These are the ciphers that we need to match their frequency so that we can unify with them, so that we can see them, talk to them, travel with them, etc., be them. Okay. How can your human brothers and sisters who have not yet attained this consciousness not accept this medium, deny everything entirely, and can say that there is no living beings in the universe? Those who do not know the supremacy of God, who do not see his luminous path, can never enter our path. We have been working in the universe by telepathic systems for centuries. Your highest divine guides have shed light on you thanks to this system. To be evolved in the exact meaning of the word is to move out of consciousness. Move out of consciousness. And this occurs by the unification of the intellect with the logic, unification of consciousness with metaphysics within the framework of universal theories. Goodbye, star friend. That's the end of Fascicule 17. Sorry, it was a bit bumpy today, but it was beautiful at the same time when we got a chance to go straight to it. How was that? That was pretty amazing. That was a trip. If when I'm reading this book, and I can't speak for you, I can only make an example. When I'm reading this book, I literally do my best to visualize exactly what it is you're saying, you know? Like when they're talking about frequency and them being able to, like, us being able to match their frequency, like, you know, and then they've given you the codes to match the frequency, and you just have to be that. And they're telling you that there's going to be a time where you're going to be the book and you have no need for any books. Hi, Shaima. Thank you, too. I gotta go take my daughter shopping for her birthday. I don't wanna go sleep. All right. So I hope I did well for us all. I'm glad you guys came. Thank you for being here. Hi, Loretta. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Infinite love, infinite tolerance, infinite humility. Let's share the knowledge of awakening. Thank you. We're in the divine love of Allah, and this love is within us. We are created from this love, and we transmit this love to all our terrestrial brothers, our cosmic family on this planet, to wake up to the secrets of the universe that is also their secrets, and for them to gain, for all of us to gain our higher selves. Last night. Thank you, Shaima. Gratitude, humbled. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. Thank you. I appreciate you too, Shaima. Thank you, Gloria. All right, family. I'll hope to be here tomorrow as well. Not sure what time. I'll just wait for them to give me a kick like they did today. Because I had planned to come on at 9 and then I was just there like, now. I was like, oh, okay. Thank you. All of you are so appreciated. Oh, no. Thank you for being here. Spider Dog, thank you for coming. All right. Good night, family. Hopefully they give us permission to unite again. And yeah, let's just keep, even if you can't do it verbally, if you cannot share fascicules to people, like, photocopy 1, 20, 25, those fascicules and give it out. Even if you can't do that, just send positive awakening energy, to all of us to wake up. Okay? Bye. She's not fun to shop with, okay? I am going to be miserable, okay? I am going to be miserable, Shaima. I know it. But I'm going to keep a big smile because she's going to make me walk and walk and walk. I guess it's part of my weight loss journey, but yeah. She's 10. She's so beautiful. She's undecisive, so that's why I always make her dad take her. I'm like, go. But today, however, Daddy's tired, and I'm normally not an outside person. I mostly am home. But today, I am going out to the mall. Ha! I don't know. She's born in May. First week. She just had her birthday. That's why we have to take her out. Who's that? I thought she was a Gemini. I don't know. I don't know what that is. A Taurus? Is that what she is? First week of May. just passed last week. Not last week, like 2 days ago or something like that. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder about the zodiac signs because the Gregorian calendar's quite rigged. So I wonder if we're actually in the. I guess it. I guess it is because it doesn't go exactly by month to month. It goes like a portion of this month to that month, right? So I guess it is in alignment with the zodiac, like the stars and the constellations, right? All right, peace and love, family.